ain't even gotta do that. You may drive from 4 states over.
Wait, I am vlogging. I'm vlogging and you're on camera.
So why you got me on camera? You listen, content creator etiquette is to let niggas know they on camera before y'all start talking.
You don't even. Okay, first of all, they don't even know who you are. Your name wasn't mentioned.
So?
It's Vlogmas. I'm always recording.
This is crazy.
That's for sure gonna get cut out.
Of course it is, nigga. It's not live. What the fuck?
Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Feels so lovely. Doesn't it feel like Christmas? Oh, yes, it feels like Christmas.
Good morning, guys. What's up? Welcome to another Vlogmas video. Today we are December. This is going to be more so of a gym vlog actually, because I'm going to take you guys through my leg day, or like a glute focused leg day, but not even a glute focused leg day. It's literally just going to be a straight up leg day. Like, we're going to be targeting our glutes, our hamstring, and our quads, but I'm not going to be doing any hip thrusts. So if you're someone who's just not a big fan of hip thrusts, or you're also someone who just doesn't feel like doing hip thrusts for your leg day, you don't want to do the setup of the hip thrust, you don't want to be bothered with the hip thrust, this is a workout that you can do. It's going to target literally your entire like lower body. As I said, it's going to target all parts of your glutes, because I prioritize myself, not prioritize, I pride myself on really like learning about the glutes and making sure that every time I do a leg day, I target every single part of my glutes, because I want my glutes to look the best that they possibly can look from all angles. So the shelf from the side view and that lift from the side view, you know? But before we go into the gym, I do want to talk about a few things, because some things have happened in the last like 12 hours since I last vlogged last night. First thing is, my mom called me last night and she was just like, you got a letter from the government. And I don't know if you guys know, but basically I'm still registered as a Quebec resident. Even though I live in Toronto, I live with my sister, so I don't have like residency, not residency, but I don't have anything tying me with the government to Toronto. Like, for all the government knows, I still live in Montreal with my parents, so all my mail still goes to Montreal, right? So whenever I get mail and stuff, my mom calls me and she opens it for me, and like we go through the mail. So the letter literally said court conviction, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm used to getting letters about my business, taxes, to vote, but I'm like, court? Then I'm thinking, I'm like, is this like a ticket? But it didn't say like actual le ministre de conduire or whatever. That's like the, how do you say that in English? That's basically the government for like the Department of Driving. Okay, so I'm like, court conviction, what the hell? I'm like, I didn't do anything. I didn't violate anything. Like, what? Anyways, long story short, my mom opens it and she's like, oh, you have jury duty. Bruh, I have jury duty. I've never had jury duty in my life. I don't know anybody who's ever had jury duty before. So I have to be in Montreal for January 5th for a pre-selection of jury duty. And my first thought was like, I can probably just be like, I don't speak French, so I cannot be selected. But in the letter, they're like, we're sending you this letter in English because we know you speak English and the court case is in English. So I'm like, shit. Well, there goes my excuse of, you know, can't speak French, so let me not be able to be selected. Anyways, that is that. Now today, my car is empty, the trunk. Like, all I have is my reusable bags for when I do grocery shopping, and my gym bag, and my umbrella. Those are the only thing, and my shovel. I'm a Canadian. I need a shovel for my car in the winter so I can dig myself out if I ever get snowed in. But not so much in Toronto, more so in Montreal. That's very much necessary. Unlike this guy's engine and his muffler, that's unnecessary. Why is your car making so much noise? Anywho, as I'm going into my car to get my stuff from my gym bag to go to the gym, I come across my Canon battery. So I have 2 Canon cameras, therefore I have 2 batteries, and I thought I lost this battery. Well, I did lose a battery, because when I went to Montreal last year for the holidays, I had this with me, and then when I came back to Toronto, I couldn't find it. And every time I would go back to Montreal, I would look everywhere in my parents' home for the battery, and I couldn't find it. And I was just like, you know what, it is what it is, I lost it, let me just buy another battery. And I kept saying, I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy one, I'm gonna buy another one, but I never really did, because the Canon camera and their battery is way better than the Sony camera. So this is your sign, you guys, to literally clean out your car, because you don't know what you're gonna find. Or if you don't have a car, clean up your room, clean under your bed, clean your space, because you will be surprised on the shit that you will find that you forgot you even lost, or didn't even know that you misplaced or lost. So now I'm happy. Now I have 2 batteries, so I don't have to worry about that whole camera dying situation. Just make sure that I always have the second one charged. So, oh, Wow, I'm texting my friend. He's telling me how like he was gonna decorate his place for Christmas. I think he watched my video, so if he's watching this, he knows I'm talking about him. But he was telling me how he was gonna decorate his place for Christmas, and I was like, oh my god, that's so dope. I love Christmas. He was telling me how he went to the store and he was gonna get some stuff, and then he was just like, why am I doing this? There's no benefit in me decorating. This is stupid. Let me just not, and then left. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, whenever I hear people not wanting to decorate for Christmas, it just boggles me, because I'm just like, what? Christmas is amazing. Like, why would you not want to decorate for Christmas unless you don't celebrate Christmas? Hopefully he can get into the Christmas spirit, talking to you if you're watching, and can decorate his place. But I'm not gonna force anyone to do what they don't want to do. Anyways, this is my creatine and my water as per usual, and I'm gonna take my pre-workout candy that I got from Bulks Gain Bulks, something like that. We're gonna do this leg day. I don't take pre-workout, but today pre-workout is definitely needed. I literally dragged myself out the house to go to the gym. I was so tired. Like, I was in my bed sleeping, looking outside like, get up, get up, get up. And then I told myself, I'm like, you're gonna feel better. Just get up, have some caffeine in your system, go to the gym. You have so much stuff to record. We have a lot to record too for my app. We gotta make this workout very quick. It's gonna be like 5-6 exercises. So let's go into the gym and get this workout started. He was sadly mistaken.
Shame.
It's a shame. This is why you shouldn't assume and have expectations, because you'll be very much let down.
Listen, that's why my assumptions be on the floor, so I'm always impressed. I expect things. I just come in with the presumption of shit being like 6 feet under. And
Yeah.
if it's anything, if it's 5 feet under, it's like, oh, okay, that's what I thought.
That's exactly why I'm just like, this guy's not coming to Toronto to visit me. So when you do come, I'll be like, oh my god. No expectations.
You should think yourself funny.
Okay, I'm hilarious. Let's be real. How hard were you laughing the other day? When I said,
Not
did you...
hard.
What? No, let's not do that. When I said, oh...
Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do obviously are going to be some dynamic stretches just to like warm up our body and loosen up the muscles and joints that we're going to utilize for this workout. So here I'm doing some like hip openers. I do about 10 on each side, and this is really good if you guys are doing exercises like squats, lunges, anything that requires you to like extend and bend at your hips. Then we're going into some like deep lunges or like kneel-in lunges. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you're keeping your heel flat on the floor as you lean all the way forward, bringing that knee over toe. And then I'm fully extending my leg all the way straight back, stretching out the hamstring. So this is a really good stretch to like stretch out your calves, your ankles, and your hips, and the hamstrings, basically like everything in the lower body. Then we're going to do some more hip openers, which is basically exercises that are going to help you with anything that requires, as I said, like hip flexion, squats, all that good stuff. So if you're someone who has a 9-to-5 and you're sitting down a lot of times, this is really going to be beneficial to you guys, because chances are that your hips are tight. And then I just added a resistant band and did some like crab walks just to like activate my glutes a little bit before going into doing this leg day, so I really do feel my glutes a bit more. Now the first exercise we're going to do are going to be Bulgarian split squats, because this is probably the hardest exercise and I want to get it out the way first, especially because guys, this is a drop set. So I like to make sure I'm positioned properly at the bottom, and then we're going to go all the way down, bringing that back knee as close as possible to the floor, making sure you're getting that full range of motion. You also want to make sure that you're having a slight slant forward with your torso so that you get that glute stretch a bit more. And once you finish doing 10 reps with the weights, you want to drop the weights, and we're going to go straight into doing another 10 reps with body weights, okay? No break in between. Your glutes and your quads and your hamstrings, like everything on that leg in front on the floor should literally be burning up. And you want to make sure that you're doing this for 3 full sets, and you want to do the same thing on both legs. Now you can take a quick 30-second breaks in between legs if it's going to help you fulfill like the next full set with that leg. No problem. Just make sure that you don't take a break in between reps. Next, we're going to do some step ups. Now with these step ups, I'm actually doing them without any weights, just because for me, my balance is shit. I'm not going to lie to you. And I was trying a different variation of step ups that I saw Brett Contreras, I'm probably butchering his name, mentioned on Instagram, which is basically like the glute guy if you don't know. So basically what he was saying is you want to start by like facing a handle or something so that you're actually holding on for your balance, but you're not utilizing that to pull yourself up. You also want to make sure that you're keeping your shins as vertical as possible. So as you you guys see as I'm descending, I'm trying to keep my shins as straight as possible. I'm not keeping it slanted. Also, another tip that he said you want to do is as you go down, you really want to sit back into that leg and get in a nice stretch. So as you guys can see, I'm trying to get the back leg as far away as possible from the step board or like step up box. So I really feel the glute stretch in the left leg that's on top of the box. And as you're going down, you want to take your time so you're really using that glute muscles to do the exercise. And I did 3 sets of 12 reps on each leg for this. So next we're going to do some B-stance RDL, which is going to target our lower glutes as well as our hamstrings. So with this exercise, because we're doing B-stance, it actually allows you to carry out the full movement and utilize one leg at a time. So if you're someone who actually has a muscle imbalance, which by the way is completely normal. So if you have one leg bigger than the other or stronger than the other, or one glute bigger or stronger than the other, doing single leg exercises like this will help balance out that muscle imbalance. So whenever you're doing RDLs, whether it's by like single leg or both legs on the floor, you want to make sure you're really hinging at your hips. So think about pushing your butt back as much as possible. And the more you keep a slight bend in that knee that's working, the more glute engagement you'll get. As you guys can see, I'm starting to like shake because I was really starting to feel this exercise. But if you want to get more hamstring engagement, just keep that front leg a little bit more straight and you'll feel more of your hamstring and less of your glute. And what I did was 3 sets of 12 for each leg. So the next exercise are going to be some goblet squats, which is going to be the squat portion of my leg day. So just a key tip also, you guys, for like the perfect well-rounded leg day, you want to make sure that you have some type of squat, some type of lunge variation, some type of hinge in motion variation, and some type of abduction variation. And that will allow you to target your quads, your hamstring, and all parts of your glutes. So with this exercise, we're going to do 10 reps with the weights. Sorry, I struggle there. With the weights, going all the way down as much as possible, then coming back up. And I have my heels elevated. And then after that, we're going to drop the weight and we're going to do another 10 reps with the body weight back to back. That's what a drop set means. You want to make sure that you're controlling the motion of this exercise, taking your time going down, and avoid getting your butt to wink. So if you feel like you can't go too low because your butt starts to wink, which I have a problem with sometimes, just pay attention to that. And you can even do something like opening up your legs a little wider, turning your toes out, or just not going as low. And then for the last exercise, we're doing an abduction exercise, which is basically moving your body like limb or part laterally away from your body. So here, this is going to target the gluteus medius and minimus. So that's like the top part and the side part of your glutes. So I'm doing 3 sets of 15 reps on each leg. And you want to add a resistance band around just above your knee so you really get that resistance and upper glute engagement more. If you don't have a resistance band, you can do this by putting like a dumbbell, kind of holding it in between your, like behind your knee, if that makes sense, like squeezing it between your calf and your hamstrings. Or you can just do this with body weight. That works perfectly fine.
I'm back home. It's 3:35. Literally took me 4 hours. This whole thing took me 4 hours because one, I had to film obviously content for YouTube, which takes a lot longer, and then also had to film content for Instagram. I think what I have to do is I have to get a tripod that my camera and my phone is connected so I can record content for both at the same time. But also at the end, as I said, I had to record content for my app, which took like no more than 20 minutes. But what really took long was that I met this girl, Roxana. We were talking and she was just asking me about like dance and how she wanted to become like a contemporary dancer, but she felt like she was too old. And I'm like, how old are you? And then she told me she was 20. And I was just like, girl, I didn't want to say you're a baby because I feel like that's such a like derogatory term. I don't know. I just wouldn't want to be called a baby in my early 20s. I like, no, I'm not a baby. I'm just young. But I was just like, girl, if you're old and you're 20 and I'm 29, what am I, ancient? Like, it's crazy. But she was just associating the fact that because a lot of people who are successful dancers have started when they were younger. They were dancing since they were 8 and 13. And she only started like practicing dancing 2 years ago. She was just like, I'm old. And I'm like, girl, no, like there's so many people out there who have started at a older age, probably even older than 20, and have become so successful. And from that, we were just talking about different things, and she was asking me questions about like me and what I'm doing and like my passions and what made me get into like being a content creator and an online trainer and like my background with school and all these things. And I was telling her, I'm like, listen, this is my story, yada yada, blah blah blah. I've said it several times already on YouTube that, you know, was trying to be a lawyer, went to law school, tried the whole law school application thing, didn't make it, went back to school, dropped out. We've been there, you know? And I was telling her all this, and she's like, wow, I really like admire the fact that you're following your passion. And I told her, my girl, listen, you are young, do not be so hard on yourself. And I don't know who else can relate to this, but you don't want to put so much pressure on yourself to know what you have to do at the age of 20. 20 is so young. I feel like the vast majority of us don't really know what we want to do after high school. And the fact that we have to think about that and really decide and go into college and university, so they say, because I don't, listen, you don't need to go to college and university to even be successful. And nowadays, I feel like a college degree is shit, doesn't mean anything. And even at that, a bachelor's degree means nothing. Like, you need to have really like a specific, like a specialization certificate, or even like a master's or a PhD to really start making money and have a career after going to school. So just talking to her and telling her, like, give yourself some grace. Don't worry about, you know, not knowing what to do at this age, and don't feel like you can't pursue what you're passionate about because you feel old, you know? So I was giving her tips and stuff and telling her like different things that she can do, and she was just so sweet and just like soaking in everything, and just, it was a good conversation. It literally lasted like 30 minutes, if not a bit more, of us talking. So that's why I was at the gym a lot longer than planned. But it definitely made my mood so much better, because I was in the mood earlier. I did not want to get on my bed, as I said. I didn't even want to go to the gym. I didn't even intend on recording. But once I just got out and went to the gym and stuff, I just got this like gist of energy. And now I'm in good positive spirits, even though it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's all good. It's all good. That's just gonna be the end of today's Vlogmas gym vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout that I showed you, which is basically, like, as I said, working your legs and your glutes without doing hip thrusts. I got a good pump, let me tell you, a good pump. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you like this video if you got this far in this video. I appreciate you guys once again for always supporting me and watching my content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.